I think we're crossing over to a few slides about each person and where they're from, and so...
Yeah, why don't we have a look at the set of first 6 contestants that we'll tell you about?
Oh, there we go. So first up, Gennady Korobakevich from Belarus. Obviously he's won multiple times the Google CodeJam and many other competitions as well. And he says his favorite coding language is C++, so that will probably be what he's using today.
Okay, and next we have Yi Yang from China, and his favorite code language is also C++. I guess he's just used to it. And his hobbies include type design, timesync PCs, and a bunch of other interesting things that have flashed off the screen.
Next up we have Yu Hao Du. And his best advice for people who are competing is to sleep more before each competition.
Solid advice.
Yep. His hobbies are watching anime.
Next, we've got Evgeny Kapun from Russia. His favorite coding language is Python, not C++ this time.
And next up, we've got Yegor Kulikov. His favorite language is Java, so we have some variety. And his hobbies are playing poker and board games.
Koji Liu hails from Japan, and his favorite coding language is C++. That seems to be a crowd favorite around here. Oh, he's come back, so we can talk about his favorite music. None. He always uses earplugs. Yeah, I guess.
Block out noise and avoid distraction. Yeah, we let them bring in earplugs. They can have headphones and music, I think. They can also bring in their own, if they want their own keyboard and mouse. We let people do that. Next we have...
GCJ final, so GCJ is Google CodeJam. I guess he's been in one of the previous finals. And his favorite coding languages are JVM languages like Java, Scala, Kotlin, the sort.
Those are all fairly different. That's interesting to have that as a set of favorites, everything that runs on that VM. But, Next we have Nikolai Kalinin, also a C++ coder, because it's fast and easy to understand. Yeah, it is.
It's fast.
Somewhat
easy to understand. Maybe it depends on how you write it. It can be easy to understand.
Which part of C++ you use. I guess that if you avoid a whole lot of features, it becomes a lot easier to understand. We have Igor Pishkin. His handle is X-ray. He's an ASPAR. So we've written the problems so that they are solvable with a range of languages. You don't have to be doing it in C or C++. So when we're preparing problems, we do solve them in different languages and time how long our solutions take, and solve it with different methods. So using Python is certainly okay.
Okay, so next we've got Liu Gan from the States, and his favorite language is also Python, and the best advice is don't make any bugs. I think that's solid, a good practice to coding. Don't introduce bugs.
Yeah, that certainly helps. Yeah, correctness is pretty important in CodeJam. Next we have Mikhail Ipatov from Russia, who has not told us what language he uses. Maybe he has a very clever language. He's trying to keep a competitive advantage for data sets that need to be distributed across multiple computers and solved by many at once. So that's very practical, and that sort of opens the competition up to a whole extra set of skills, and we see a lot of the same people in the top ranks. But yeah, it's a slightly different set of things. And so now we're going to look at some of the remaining contestants. There's Martin Smulowicz, his favorite coding language, C++. Another one, and hobbies are playing board games and juggling.
So we've got Makoto Soejima from Japan. The fun fact is his first on-site contest was Dublin 2, and I'm assuming this is referring to his first CodeJam finals, which would have been in 2010, I believe, the last time that the CodeJam finals were hosted in Dublin. So, well, welcome back. And experiences 6, wow, this is his 6th Google CodeJam final.
And he's won once previously, I think. Next is Shogo Murai. also favorite coding language, C++. And his advice is try extreme inputs such as n equals 1 before submitting. That is a good idea. Yeah, testing is important.
Yep, cover your edge cases.
We said if you get a problem wrong, you get 0 points for it. There's no part marks in Google CodeJam. Yeah, and that's an important skill to have in real-life engineering as well. Pretty much everything we do at Google is very well tested. So
everything is very well tested here.
That's a separate skill to everything else. Knowing being good at testing and finding difficult cases. Yeah, that's pretty important.
Okay, so next we have Simon Lindholm from Sweden. His favorite coding language is C++. You never run out of things to learn about it. Yes, indeed. And his hobbies are board games. He enjoys tinkering with SIMDs and GPUs and crosswords.
And here's Derek Kisman from Canada. His favorite coding language is also C++. His favorite music is video game soundtracks, in particular Final Fantasy. He might have headphones on, I don't know, listening to it. Yeah, and his other trivia that he sent us, he is the #1 Xbox achievement scorer for puzzle game genres. So I guess there's leaderboards and across all games. Yeah, I think he has a lot of videos you can go and watch of him playing various games. Yeah.
So next we've got Kento Nikaido from Japan, and his favorite coding language is C++ or Python for simple operations. And the best advice, I think those are his hobbies: pencil puzzles, anime, and collecting board games.
Maybe that's his advice.
Maybe
you should have these hobbies.
You should have these hobbies to be.
That will help you be better at programming, and yeah. So it could be both. Next we have Konstantin Semenov from Russia. C++ because of performance and sort of flexibility in working with memory. And his advice is spend more time on thinking how your code will be organized than on implementing it. So yeah, we saw a lot of people in the competition room thinking, planning on pen and paper, sort of deciding what they're going to do before coding. So, as we said, there's more than one way to solve these problems.
Ober is in 3rd place right now, hailing from Russia. His best advice is to try Linux. I heard it is good for coding. I hear the same. It's quite good for coding. His favorite, I think that's probably not his favorite music. It's an explanation of his handle. And Zloy Bober is Russian for angry beaver, and it was a nickname for his math teacher in high school.
I won't ask why his teacher was known as the Angry Beaver. Presumably he learnt a decent amount of math and that's why he's here. So. We have Chinchi Wang, and his handle means, it's not squawk, it's the strange quark. Okay, so
a squark. Yeah.
Maybe he's a physicist when he's not solving computer programming problems.
So after that, we've got Teapot from Russia. His favorite coding language is C++, always a crowd favorite. And a fun fact, this is his first time making it this far in the Google CodeJam. Well, welcome to the finals.
Yeah, we see a mix of new people and repeat competitors each year. Next we have Vladislav Epifanov from Russia. His favorite language is also C++, with lots of indents apparently, as we can see there. What's he got, like a 6 or 8 space indent?
Nested loop and nested loop.
Yeah, looks like he's testing something, so he might be close to a submission.
So next we have Igor Pishkin, X-Ray, hailing from Russia.
Also testing something.
Yeah.
English. English.
Chinese.
French.
Spanish. I speak Catalan.
Mandarin.
I speak English, French, Dutch, and a bit of Portuguese.
I speak English, Hindi, and Gujarati because I'm Indian.
I speak English.
I speak English,
Russian, English, and German.
Oh.
I have no idea.
I'm not a coder.
With no idea the coding, lads.
Racket and Kotlin.
PHP,
Python, C++,
Ruby.
CSS,
C,
Java,
JavaScript. I know a bit of Java.
Java.
JavaScript as well.
and Haskell.
and Go.
Many languages.
No, I've never heard of Sleep++.
No, I've never heard of that.
I've seen it, but I wouldn't know how to interact with it yet.
I don't really know much about it.
I know it's a programming language.
C++ is the best one.
Really happy to be here. I think it's a really great place for people to kind of get introduced to competitive programming and also about like algorithms. I think a lot of people, it's a really great way that people can kind of explore the whole like more mathematical side of programming that a lot of the time you just don't see when you're doing like web development or something. And I think it's really neat, and a lot of the results are really pretty, and I think it's really great. Seems to be going in a good direction. I think there's a lot more audiences that it can reach, and I think it's doing some of that with Kickstart as far as I can tell. And I think that's just where this competitive programming really should go. Being here was a lot of fun, and I'm pretty excited to be able to come back next year, I guess. I think it'll be another fun experience.